Previously on Finished, Matt and Chris read a Halloween book for Halloween week. But that was not enough. There must be more spooks and creeps. Thus was born the month of Creeptobscare.
Ghosts and ghoulies and creepy things, prepare. Call your mommies, it's time to celebrate Creeptobscare.
Hey, I'm Matt, the guy under a sheet that looks like a ghost Yule.
Boo! I'm Chris Ewell. Boo!
I think you've done that one before.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe. Hey, welcome to Finish It.
Thank you. The Completionist Interactive Fiction Podcast.
Every page, every ending, every book, every dripping fang and the maw of your local werewolf is being honed to a fine point in anticipation of many caramel apples.
How? Can you imagine a werewolf eating a caramel apple? That's the first comedy gift given to our audience tonight.
Yeah, we're going to
welcome everybody.
Real close track, and we'll tell you when we're funny.
Every time.
How's it going, Chris?
It's going great.
Yeah?
I'm feeling the spooky vibes. I'm head to toe smeared in pumpkin guts.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I'm trying to keep that going for the whole month. I call it Pumpkin Month.
Sure.
And everybody I know they say, oh no, is it Pumpkin Month?
Yeah.
And I say yes. Yes, how could you tell? And then I laugh and laugh and laugh because it's really obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it saves me having to ask. So thanks.
You
I
did
don't care
ask,
for
though.
it. Yeah, I did.
How are you doing? Are you enjoying the Pumpkin Month?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the pumpkin. I still haven't really decorated as much as we had intended. But we're definitely going to, though.
Are all your bony buddies outside or not yet?
No, they're still at the living room, the dining table, just sitting at the dining table having a silent skeleton meal.
I deeply enjoy that the staging area for all your skeletons is around your dining room table in all the chairs.
They look like they're having a nice time.
You're probably giving some people some spooks. Every once in a while, somebody somehow sees in your window a little bit, and then they see that, and they're spooked. Tall, yeah,
seated skeleton. They'll get outside by the end of the weekend, I'm sure of it. Otherwise, hey, everything's great. My cold is almost gone, so that's good, and I feel less bad.
I love it. Without medicine, even this guy just powering through the way nature intended.
I take medicine all the time.
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, you gotta take medicine. So hey, let's segue. Let's both do a segue at the same time.
Okay.
Speaking of medicine. The best medicine is getting
the
down
podcast.
To it. Not great.
Not great. We can't do a retease this week because
we can't. I could if you really had a retease song that you wanted to play. But you're right. You're live reading tonight because I've chosen a book for you to check out. You don't even know which book it is.
It's very exciting for me.
Do you want to play a jangle to determine to discover which book it is?
Ooh, yes, I will.
It kind of doesn't really tell you, but I'm here to tell you afterwards.
Perfect.
Breaker, good buddies, let's get this show on the road.
I'm a trucker through and through, got one last run to do. This chocolate milk ain't gonna drive itself on out to you buckaroos from Billings to Santiago. I know it like the back of my hand. No devil on the road will stop me, you must understand. Where I try where trucking tells me, even if it means I'm on the highway to heck. Okay. Yeah, whoa, okay. That's a lot of guitar solos. All right. You know the deal. Love is real, yeah. Well, that's more guitar. Okay, it's too many guitars. Some of you guys have to leave. Is that smoke? I'm definitely smelling smoke.
Oh no, what happened to his jam session?
I just got smoked out from too many smoking guitar solos. This week, guess what we're doing? We're doing a book called Highway to Heck.
It's called Highway to Heck?
It's written by Chuck Tingle.
Oh, we are finally doing a Chuck Tingle?
We're doing a Chuck Tingle according to his website.
This is a big deal.
As we all know, Chuck Tingle is the greatest author of our generation. It is
I've
true.
always been very intimidated by doing one of his great works.
Yes, I'm really excited. I did my read last night.
Okay.
By the by, I also did a read of the Narnia Choose Your Own Adventure book that I have over here. We like make a character and get items and things.
Okay.
And I read it for about 20-something minutes before I realized there's only one ending. It's just different ways to get there.
Really?
So I don't know that we can ever really... I mean, we'll get to it eventually, I guess.
Well,
but
we
it's
still
not
have to get
ideal.
every page. It's just not. It's just going to be the same ending every
It's
time.
going to be real long reads every time. But it was really fun.
Yikes.
It was cool.
Okay.
I put 3 points into action and 3 points into fighting, which meant I had
nice.
-2 for everything else. Perception, talking, inner strength. So, anyway, it didn't go great. But I also read Highway to Heck, a select your own timeline adventure from the great Chuck Tingle, who I should point out gave us explicit...
Can we read outside of our assignments?
What do you mean?
Can we read stuff that isn't the book we have to read for the week?
What do you mean?
I've been holding off on all my other reading until we finish this podcast.
Oh, you know, you can read other books on your own time. That's fine.
I've been waiting.
Oh, gosh, you must have a pile.
I got a list.
Okay. But as you may remember this moment on back when it was Twitter.
Tell me about it again.
Back in May of 2021.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I just closed the thing accidentally.
What a dweeb. What a hapless dweeb.
Hold on, I have to do something.
And once you fish your shoe out of the toilet, dweeb.
So rude. Super duper 100% Super Trooper user at ADR, that's John, tweeted at us we should consider doing a Chuck Tingle book. This is May of 2021.
Good advice.
Because Chuck Tingle had put out his Select Your Own Timeline Adventure. And we were like, oh, that's a great idea. And then Chuck Tingle linked to his Amazon books in a reply.
Oh,
it was
right,
like, take your dang pick, buckaroo. Sounds like a good way to prove love. Let world's greatest author Chuck know, and I will repost episode, which is very nice. And he doesn't have to do that, but we'll let him know for sure. But
that's so cool.
And then we kind of had done because it's a real book,
we just
man.
absolutely
It's
panicked.
a big story.
Also,
it's good time fun, and when you have this really good writing, because like Choose Your Own Adventures are fun to read, but they're not like written maximum fun style like Chuck Tingle does. So here's what's going to happen. There's no segment tonight. We're just getting into the read.
Oh, okay.
Because it's going to be a beefy read.
Gotcha.
So this is a warning to all. It's going to be a beefy read. You might notice it might be a long episode. But Chris, I'm also going to give you the option, if you like, to call it after your read. I've done my read. But we could just do your read today and then do my read next week.
Okay.
Because it was really fun, although the ending was brutal. Which is perfect for Creeptobscare. So if it gets to be kind of long, you're getting sleepy, we can turn this into a 2-episode situation.
Yeah, if there's a lot of meat on that bone, there's no rule in the bylaws that we can't go do just one read.
Exactly.
We're not allowed to do more than that, more than 2 reads.
Yeah.
But doing just one read, that's
we have
fine.
done more than 2 reads, but that's
well,
like a bunch. But that's neither here nor there. When I was reading it last night, and I was trying to read it out loud as I was doing it to practice.
Who was your practice audience?
Just me. I'm not a monster. Just me. And I was trying to like kind of, like not read every word, but like there's a lot of really good stuff, so I found it was taking a minute. So anyway,
were you doing it kind of quietly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the person walking by saw all the skeletons and that at the table.
Yeah. Okay. Saw me in there. It was like, oh no.
So this is gonna be possibly a long one.
This could be a long one, but like, hey, you know what? You can relax. You can listen to the words of Chuck Tingle, who is again greatest author of our generation.
If it's gonna maybe be a long one, I should probably get this out of the way.
What is it?
Wild card. It's that style that makes you smile. It's that wild, wild card. Now that's a wild card.
Oh, I need you. Oh, I need you. Oh, I need you. Oh, I need you. Oh, I need you.
It's that style. It's that wild. It's that style. It's that wild. It's that style that makes you smile. It's that wild, wild card. That's right, Matt. I'm a wild
Whoa.
card. The users have made me an absolutely wild, wild card table to
That's
roll
no
on
joke.
every week. This week, do you want to know what I rolled?
Yeah, I do want to know.
I rolled a 102.
Okay. Okay.
And that was
I guess I don't
Kirk-
know why I always write it down.
And that was Kirk Says. Super user Kirk Says, who
Yeah.
suggested Chris plays an extended version of the wildcard jangle, which is an absolute banger at some point. Otherwise, there is no wildcard for that episode. So I'm now done with wildcard. I hope it was a banger.
It was absolutely a banger. That was ridiculous.
And now everybody is pumped up and their blood is flowing.
Yeah, is that okay?
And
Is that okay,
they're,
everybody?
they're ready for Chuck Tingle. Now Chuck Tingle can smell everyone.
And that is not Chuck Tingle's requirement that you be bleeding. That is our requirement for you listening to Chuck Tingle.
They're not bleeding. Their blood is just, it's pumping.
Oh, I thought it was pumping out, like you're coming out all over the place.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, that's good.
Well,
Nobody
that's
wants
more
that.
Halloween-y, I guess.
All right, you guys, are you ready to dig in? You ready to make some fun choices and have a great adventure, Chris?
Yeah.
It's a select your own timeline adventure. It's called Highway to Heck. Cover has this guy, the real devil.
Oh, spooky devil
Name
in
it
a polo
Ted.
shirt.
What's
What
that all
this
about?
is.
We'll find out. Okay, you ready for this first sentence?
I'm ready.
One of the best. It's been a long road to get here, both literally and figuratively. You like it?
That's a good first line.
During your stint journeying as a big rig truck driver across the wide open American landscape, you've seen all kinds of things and had plenty of adventures, but now it's finally time to call it a day. Do I need to do a narrator accent? Do you think?
You can. I mean, you
You
have a
put
great
in your
voice.
hours and worked as hard as you could, spent grueling nights trying to make, I don't really want to, make it
Oh,
over
it's good, though.
snowy mountain pass, or long days in the sun as you powered through the desert with a broken air conditioner and nothing more than a tape deck to keep you company. After all this, there's a powerful feeling that comes over you as you stroll into the warehouse for your last assignment. Pride. No, that's all right.
That's some good writing.
You don't know what's next for you. Truckman, your boss, a hell of a guy, and he takes care of those who come and go. Truckman, yeah, he's Truckman. It's one
good.
word. Maybe it's Truckman. I'm going to go Truckman. He takes care of those who come and go Truckman Trucking. When you put in the time, he's going to have your back in the next phase of your life. You knock twice on the door of your boss's office out of sheer courtesy, then barrel in before he has a chance to respond. There's Truckman. He's waiting with a big smile on his face. Gives you a big hug. He's a large
gives you a
man
big hug?
with plenty of stubble. You've never seen him without a baseball hat on and a carton of chocolate milk in his hand.
I love it.
He used to be a trucker, and now he's happy here running everything. You've always admired him. And you've always made your delivery on time, come rain, sleet, or snow. And that's exactly what you intend to do on this final mission. What do you got for me, you question? What's the last ride going to be? A very important shipment, Truckman replies, releasing you from the hug at this point and strolling back to his desk.
Very good.
He hands you the manifest. Chocolate milk, you read aloud, smiling to yourself.
Yeah.
It was the very first thing you ever shipped, so it's poetic that it's the last thing you'll be taking. You'll be taking it from Billings to San Diego. It's one that's special, so Truckman needs someone he can trust. Now, there's something about that strikes you as odd.
Why?
Part of the mission statement here at Truckman Trucking is that every shipment is important, so getting this reminder on your last day is a little unexpected. Of course, I'll get it there, you say. 72 hours, no less, and he's very serious. I won't let you down, you tell him. This is my last shipment. I plan on going out with a perfect record. Slaps you on the back. With that, you head out, get you your rig. It's already packed up and secured by your crew. They're great, but you always do what you're around checking it just to make sure.
Yeah, I would do that. That's true to me also.
Yeah. There, stacked from floor to ceiling, are thousands upon thousands of glass chocolate milk bottles stacked in an icy cold refrigeration
Whoa.
chamber. It's quite a sight. So many of the same thing crammed in one tiny space, and the sight of it brings you a strange sense of peace at the beginning of your journey. To a trucker like yourself, this is a blank canvas.
Oh, I love that.
You need something to write stuff down with. Do you have anything?
No.
Good. I'll write it down for you. It's on me. I forgot. In addition to chocolate milk, there's a trusty spare truck
Hey.
tire.
I have a highlighter and an index card. I'm good.
Okay, great. So you have when the words are in all capitals, you got a thing. You get a thing for your inventory.
I got a spare tire.
Spare truck tire, which hopefully you won't need to use.
Okay.
You close the door, you head around to the cab. You got 3 days to get to San Diego, the city of beaches. You better get a move on. There's 2 routes you can pick. You go through Idaho, pretty direct, slightly faster than other options. However, this is going to be your last ride. That weighs on your decision a little bit. You'd like to see more of the glorious scenery around these parts. The back roads of Wyoming are just the ticket in that case. It won't be that much slower. You have plenty of time to get to your destination. You put the truck in drive, you have a choice to make. Idaho or through Wyoming.
I have plenty of time to see the sights of this great country of ours. When I'm retired, I'm going to be a professional and go straight through Idaho.
I love it. I thought I knew what I picked there, but I think I actually went this is you've already made a different choice than me. Isn't that exciting?
That's really exciting.
Really exciting. All right, so here we go. You decide to take the most direct and efficient route.
Are you just going to fully read this book to me?
No, I'm paraphrasing.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Here or there.
You're like a fast reader, so you can kind of skip ahead while you're saying things out loud.
I'm trying to do that.
See, I would just throw up if I tried to do that, probably.
I might
I'd just panic and I would start throwing up.
Yeah. You're heading through the great state of Idaho with the windows down and the music blasting. It's a great start. You've done it a bunch of times, but it never gets old. Landscape's pretty great. It's hard to believe that this is the less scenic of the 2 choices. Something begins pulling you back into the present, though. You can't help but notice that there's a truck following you. It's way back there, but it's constantly just there rumbling along. But it's a common
I would imagine that
route.
happens like all the time when you're trekking, right?
But something about this just feels different. It's hard to make out the colors from far away, but they appear to be a combination of blood red and jet black.
It's probably an evil truck.
Could be an evil truck, but you just pick up the speed and you pull away from the truck, and hey, now it's a distant memory. Of course, speeding up like that has more advantages than just losing a tail. It gets you where you're going faster. When you finally pull off to get some gas, you're really proud of how far into Idaho you've managed to travel. You head into the convenience store, check out the snacks. Welcome.
Do I write gas down? Should I write gas?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You don't need to write that down.
Gas. I wrote it down.
That's just don't write it in all capitals.
Well, I wrote it in all capitals.
All right, great. Welcome. A large sentient potato calls over from behind the counter. She's covered in eyes, all of which track you closely. Hey there, you reply, and they go about your business, looking for something to eat. You have trouble deciding what to get or even accepting that you want anything all. Maybe you just needed to stretch your legs. How's the trip? The sentient potato questions, nodding out towards your truck. Good, good, you reply. Didn't realize how much ground I was covering. Good on you, the potato continues with an appreciative nod. Just make sure you don't push it too hard. Stay safe out there. You say thanks.
Yeah,
How's the weather
nice.
up there at Billings? Well,
How does
confused
it
look
know that I'm
crosses
from
your
Billings?
face. You don't remember telling her that you were coming from Billings. How do you know that? She smiles. We got this many eyes on you. You tend to notice things. I spotted the reddish hue from the dirt on your shoes. That's a day giveaway. Dirt here in Idaho is a lot lighter, and anything past Billings gets a little more vibrant.
Oh, Sherlock Potato over here.
Yeah, you're a little skeptical, but you look at your shirt to see if you wore your Billings Mustangs jersey or something, but maybe the potato's messing with you. Don't believe me, huh? I don't know what to say, you shrug. How about this? We'll have ourselves a little contest over our powers of observation. If you win, you could pick out a small item from up here at the counter. What if I lose? Then I get to brag about it. Fair enough.
That's not bad.
But suddenly, an enormous, broad-shouldered figure walks into the gas station. It's a dinosaur of some kind, but you're not sure what species because their face is covered by a hockey mask.
Oh,
They're clad in tattered, ragged clothing and dripping wet. In one hand, they have a big carving knife covered in what appears to be blood. And in the other hand, they have a hockey stick.
Okay.
The figure walks up to a standing refrigerator, opens the door, pulls out a cold carton of chocolate milk. And they turn and march right up to the counter. You guys are just watching. The mysterious dinosaur sets down his milk without a word as the lukewarm water begins to pool around your fingers. You realize you're a little close, so you step back. But the guy doesn't even acknowledge your distance. That'll be $2, the potato informs the masked dinosaur. He pulls out 2 crumpled wet bills and drops them on the counter. That takes the chocolate milk and slowly walks back towards the door from which he enters. Okay, the potato whispers to you under her breath. Is that a hockey player or a slash man?
That's a good question. So this is the observational question?
I think so.
Oh,
Guess it's a
man.
hockey player on page 74. Guess it's a slash man on page 37. Hockey player or slash man, friend?
I think I'm going to go Slash Man. I'm not
You
going to
think
overthink
Slash
it.
Man?
I think Slash Man because of the blood. I don't think hockey players should have blood on a knife.
Physical game, but okay, we're going Slash Man. You size him up. That's a Slash Man, you announce. The sentient potato smiles and nods. You're absolutely correct. If that was a hockey player, he'd be wet from the ice, and that water dripping off him would be cold. The water's lukewarm, so he's definitely a Slash Man.
Wow, that's very smart.
So he's about to exit, and then the potato yells, "Hey, do you want to settle a bet?" So he slowly turns around and says, "Sure."
Okay.
Are you a hockey player or a Slash Man? I'm a Slash Man. The dinosaur finally reveals, but it's my day off. Have a good one. And then he leaves.
Oh, what if he was playing hockey on his day off?
Oh, maybe so.
Dang.
You're impressed with the potatoes' observational skills, but you're pretty thrilled with your own.
Yeah.
And you won. You get to pick something from the counter. So your eyes dart around the options as candy and trinkets, but 2 particular items catch your eye. The first is a stick of bubblegum.
Okay.
Which is not all that special other than the fact that you've been craving a good stick of gum to pass the time when you drive. The other is a lucky keychain.
Oh.
It has a small lucky unicorn shoe dangling from the end of it.
I gotta have that bubble gum.
You need that bubble gum. You don't want the lucky unicorn shoe.
It seems like I've been craving it, so now I really want it.
Gotta have that bubble gum. That's page 95. Here we go. All right. You finally decide on the bubble gum.
Why'd you do it like that? I write it
add
down?
to inventory when I do the inventory voice.
I'm going to write gas/bubble gum.
Potato hands you the bubble gum. You tear it open. You pop the slice of the delicious pink treat into your mouth.
Right there in front of her, huh?
Yep. Deep satisfaction as you chomp it between your teeth. Plenty more sticks to enjoy later should the desire arise. Thank you. You say. You turn to leave, but the potato calls out. When you look back, you see she's looking at your truck. She said, one last thing. Based on the make and model of your rig and the fact that you're working for Truckman Trucking, I say you've got a whole lot of chocolate milk in there.
Dang, she's good.
Yeah, you're like, still impressed with her. The thing is, your load is too heavy in the center of the cargo hold. You're putting pressure in all the wrong places. Someone packed it up all wrong.
Uh-oh, okay.
You're like, that's weird. You can't tell what she's seeing to make these informational leaps, but she has proven herself so far. You say it's the same team that always loads you up. I don't know why they'd make a mistake. Well, they did, she says.
Okay.
I'm not saying you're going to crash or keep driving like that, but it's certainly not safe. You could easily crack an axle. So now you're getting concerned. You want me to climb back there and take a look?
Yeah, I do. Is that an option?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I get potato person
you're on
now?
a tight schedule, but this situation is dangerous as it sounds. It might be worth heeding the potato's advice. If you trust your loaders and want to get moving, we go to page 87. If you let the potato check things out, we go.
I got it. I'm
Trust the
very
potato?
impressed by this potato.
All right,
and I want to
page
add
19.
them to my inventory. Can I add them to my
You
inventory?
cannot. You cannot.
I'll write a P.
People are not inventory items. Don't write. I'm just getting started, just in case. All right, you trust your loaders, but things could have shifted, right? It could also be nothing, but if a potato's willing to take it out, it's going to take a minute. Why not? You guys go out to the back of the big rig. You open the gate. There's so many chocolate milk bottles in there. They look
So many.
spectacular. She climbs up, and her hundreds of eyes are working over your cargo. Deep observational intensity. She's seeing so much more than you can ever imagine, taking it in and cataloging even the smallest detail. I need to go deeper, she says.
What a brain.
Before you have a chance to respond, she's jumping up and grabbing hold of a chocolate milk stack, hoisting her large rounded body up over the edge and then sliding across the top. Wait! But it's too late. She's already disappeared over the crates. But none of them crack. Nothing bad happens. You're
Wow,
like,
okay. She's good.
She pops right up. She's, what was that? And you're like, nothing. So she heads back in and start looking. You kind of hear her say, oh, whoa, all muffled and distant. And it sounds like she's climbed down off the crates, but you don't know how because there's no empty space back there. It should all
Right,
be.
it should just be full stacks.
Yeah, she's
all
like,
the way.
I think there's a secret compartment in your truck.
What?
Most people wouldn't notice it, but these eyes could see everything. There's a magic security lock.
Oh, okay. I'm going to put her in the secret compartment so I can add her to my
you
inventory.
can't do that.
Okay.
A magic what? You say? She says, probably needs 3 knocks and a password.
Oh.
Unless I can figure out the lock mechanism just by looking at it. So she starts talking to herself, going over some difficult mental problem solving. And she thinks she's figured it out. But then there's a loud sizzling zap from the middle of the cargo hold. From where you stand, you can see a brilliant blue light erupt from between the bottles, nearly causing you to stumble backwards off the edge of the vehicle as you shield your eyes. You manage to stay upright, but the next thing you know, you're plunged into silence. Are you okay? There's no response. Hello? Still no response. Eventually, you climb up and you get in there and see what's going on. When you get in the middle of the truck, you gasp aloud, discovering there is, in fact, a giant empty space where no cargo has been placed. The potato was right.
Where's the potato?
Even more bizarre, however, is the fact that your new vegetable friend has disappeared completely.
What?
You look around for the potato, but she's gone. So you're thinking, well, maybe this is a kind of prank or something? You can't find any kind of secret passage or anything. So you move the chocolate milk crates into a better position, even out your load. And you climb out the back of your truck. You call out one last time for the potato. If you're in there, let me know. I need to close up. You wait extra long, but no response comes. So you pull out your phone.
Wait. Was there a secret compartment?
No, there was nothing you could find. It was an empty space in there.
But no secret compartment.
Right.
She's probably just trapped in the secret compartment.
So you pull out your phone, you call Truckman.
I'm going to add potato.
You're like, what's going on with this truck? And he takes time before responding. You found out, huh? He says.
Yeah.
Well, I found out the pack job was messed up. You explain. I also made a potato disappear. What? A potato. A living potato. And he says, oh no, did they go into the secret compartment? So there is a secret compartment.
There it is.
His tone shifts a bit, realizing that the circumstances of his original assignment for you have changed. Listen, you're not just shipping chocolate milk, he admits. You're carrying something very, very important back there, something that can alter the fate of this entire reality. Hell, it could alter every reality. He didn't want to tell you because it'll put you in danger. The less you know, the better. If you're captured, you don't want that info in your head. As long as you don't know, then dark wizards can't extract the information.
Dark wizards now?
Dark wizards are after me, you cry out in alarm. I don't know. Just trust me on this.
This is my last job.
It's very important that you get this delivery to San Diego. The fate of the universe depends on it.
Oh, man.
You take a deep breath. You let it out. You remember all the times he's had your back in the past. Okay, you finally reply. If that potato was pure of heart, then they're fine, he explains. You just need to keep that cargo from falling into the wrong hands. You feel the trucker's code tugging at your heartstrings and pushing you onward. You didn't ask to be thrust into this situation, but you made a commitment to the journey.
Yeah, trucker's code.
You're going to get this truck where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And it's your final ride. You got to make it count.
Of the trucker's code.
That's right. You can count on me. He says thanks. You hang up the phone. You put it in the drive, and we're heading to Utah on page 15.
So I didn't really get any more information. Just more questions.
You know, there's something back there. It's locked with magic that the potato thought 3 knocks and a magic password.
Can I go try 3 knocks and a magic password?
No, it's not like we're not playing D&D. It's a book that you enjoy.
Well, I did add potato person to
a particular
my inventory.
Predetermined pace.
Okay.
You don't have the potato person.
I'm pretty sure I do, actually. Pretty sure they're in the hidden compartment.
Gosh. After all the drama, it's nice to settle in and just drive. You get to finally meditate on the fact this is really your last ride. It's been a long road, but you're happy to look back, say you did things right. You always made the delivery. The landscape's really beautiful. Lots of fields of seed grass, beautiful pines. You find yourself bathed in a sensation of peace and tranquility. Suddenly, all that changes.
Traffic.
Headlights in the rear view, and it's coming up fast.
Uh-oh.
And you're well over the speed limit. No, you're not going slow by any means, but that means this person is well over the speed limit. Soon enough, they're pulling up right next to you, and you get a full view of the enormous black and red semi-truck.
Oh, it's them again.
The vehicle emblazoned on the side with a familiar logo, Cobbler Trucking, you read aloud under your breath, immediately recognizing a member of your main competitor's fleet. If it's up to you, you generally welcome another trucking line. That's usually the case. There's a trucker code out there on the road. You're always willing to help people out. But Cobbler Trucking is a different kind of monster. Everybody knows them for their bad attitude and occasional dastardly deed. A crew of hateful pirates on the highways of America.
Ooh.
They blast their horn, and it's so abrupt and loud that you jump in your seat, jerk the wheel, but you collect yourself, and it's all good. Then they step on the gas and take off at a reckless speed. You watch them disappear in the distance ahead, eventually vanishing.
Oh, that's okay. That's not so bad.
You're feeling on edge. You don't like it. You did a good job earlier blocking out the trauma of that disappearing potato earlier in the drive, but in this moment of weakness, your anxiety all comes flooding back.
Dang it.
You do a couple swears.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. You got plenty.
The sentence you do a couple swears?
That's me editing.
Oh, okay. That would be a very good sentence.
Mr. Tingle. What else has this guy written? A good new one looks to be... Oh, where did I see it? I'll find it later. It's a pumpkin latte themed. Anyway, you notice a small turnout up ahead. A perfect spot to take a breather if you need it. You want to take a little breather in the turnout, or you want to push through and keep on driving?
Let's take a breather. I've got a quiz for you.
The timing couldn't be more perfect.
Well, then, hooray. It's the game we play in the middle of the show. It's Give Yourself Goosebumps or Horror Movie Sequel Subtitle. This is a great... Hey, stop it.
I couldn't actually hear what it was.
Oh, it is Give Yourself Goosebumps or Horror Movie Sequel Subtitle. A wonderful user-submitted quiz on our Discord from Big Fella. Thank you, Big Fella. And yeah, you get it. This is either a Give Yourself Goosebumps book or it is the subtitle of a horror movie sequel.
Ooh, I'm no expert on Give Yourself Goosebumps books, so you think.
How are you on horror movies?
Really good.
How about their sequels?
No.
And bonus points if you can say what franchise.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent.
Okay. The Evil Escapes.
All right, that's definitely a horror movie sequel. The Evil Escapes would be...
Nailed it.
Uh,
I mean, these aren't easy. I'll say that.
The Evil Escapes is the sequel to The Worsening.
The Worsening?
Is that a good name for a movie?
I don't. It's pretty good. No, it is.
Ghost Jail.
Is in the Amityville horror series.
Oh, okay, that makes total sense because it follows them. You know,
I don't even.
It's haunting the girl in the family, and then they move, and then it follows. Not it follows.
So what's
the
it
movie.
escaping? What's it escaping?
The Amity house. Amity.
Oh, okay.
View.
Okay.
Amity View.
How about Night in Werewolf Woods?
That's just a N-I-G-H-T?
Yeah.
What if it was a K-N-I-G-H-T?
That would be pretty cool.
That would be a Give Yourself Goosebumps to remember.
A Knight's Tale 2. Night in Werewolf Woods.
Oh, that's great. I think I Give Yourself Goosebumps if I didn't.
Yes, it is Give Yourself Goosebumps. Well played.
Thanks.
How great would it be if it was like Friday the 13th too? A Night in Werewolf Woods.
Big Night 2, A Night in Werewolf Woods.
Oh, this is unfortunate. How about In the Hood?
I'm guessing that's like Leprechaun 4 in the Hood.
It is in the Leprechaun series. Congratulations. I don't know.
Oh. That's
There's
a good
another one. There's another Leprechaun movie called Back to the Hood. So you got points for that one.
I wonder if that one was good.
How about Deep in the Jungle of Doom?
Whoa. It's not, I don't think it's a Goosebumps, but I can't imagine what the Congo 2. It's a movie.
I'm afraid it's not. It is a Goosebumps.
Is it really? Goosebumps or Give Yourself Goosebumps?
Give Yourself Goosebumps. I think. I mean, take it up with Big
I believe
Fella.
it. I don't need to. I trust.
How about the original Nightmare?
Yeah, that's a movie. That's Nightmare on Elm Street. Probably.
Oh, good guess. It's Howling.
Oh, that makes no sense, but I have seen that VHS cover.
Yeah, I feel like Howling 2, the original Nightmare, is something that I have stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Maybe, right?
Probably because you read it and you were like, what?
What is Howling? What is that? I mean, I've never seen them.
The first one was supposed to be super good, and then like the four, I can't remember. I used to know this.
Werewolves?
Yeah, werewolves.
Okay. Lord of the Dead.
That's a movie, probably a Rob Zombie movie.
Be a really good Goosebumps, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It is Phantasm. It's from the Phantasm franchise.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Fields of Terror.
Fields of Terror.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah. Can you pick the franchise?
Jackalope.
That might actually be one.
Children of the Corn?
Yes.
Hey, all right.
Well done, Matt. That's a lot of bonus points. You might be winning.
It doesn't matter because I missed one, so at least one.
Yeah, but you get bonus points make up for the ones you miss.
Nah.
They do.
I don't think so. You already missed that one. It's
absolutely
over.
do.
Okay, good.
If you get enough of them. The Dream Master.
That's Nightmare on Elm Street.
There it is. He's back. Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch is a song and a movie, and it's a sequel to... What is the sequel to? Season of the Witch, Wizard of Oz.
No, it's a Halloween movie. It's in the Halloween franchise.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that wacky? Okay, just a couple more.
All right.
The New Blood.
That's a movie, too, and that
Yes.
is... Is that a Lost Boys sequel?
No, that's a good guess.
I haven't seen it.
Want one more guess?
I feel like an idiot. New Blood. Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's Friday the 13th.
Well.
Final one is Trapped in the Circus of Fear.
I think it's a Goosebumps, I think.
It is. It'll give you goosebumps all the way. I don't know. Someone will have to do the math somewhere. You might have won it. Nobody knows.
No, I didn't win it because I missed that one.
Okay. Well,
Thank you, big fella.
thanks, big fella. Very high quality quiz.
Let's get back to this story that could be so long
Now-
we don't even know.
Last I recall, I was pulling off to a rest area to kind of reset my mind because I was a little shook up by all the events of the day.
Yeah, shook up by that evil trucker giving you a toot,
Yeah,
reminding you of the trauma you'd been through.
don't love it.
You give yourself a minute to rest as you pull over. There's a great sense of relief as your tires crunch on the gravel. And the second you put your rig in park and turn the keys, you realize what a good idea this little break really was.
Yes,
You close your
I really
eyes.
like my job.
Yeah. You close your eyes. It's hard to tell how long you stay like that, but when you open them again, the sun has disappeared, completely revealing a glorious star-filled sky above.
Ooh.
You see that your headlights are shining directly at a little wooden sign, a marker so inconspicuous.
Wait, did I just sleep for a while?
No, you just kind of zoned out. You just
That seems like a
reset.
long. Okay.
No, it was. I didn't read everything. It was getting to be night already.
Okay, seems like a long.
Your headlights are shining on a little marker so inconspicuous you would never even noticed it without stopping. Home of Truth, Utah. You read aloud. Population 0.
Whoa, nothing.
Yeah, this is a curious sign because there's no structures around. But you do see a little kind of faint ghostly light off in the distance. You don't know what it is, but it seems like it's coming out of somewhere in the middle of a big grassy field. You're curious, but also a little frightened. Investigate the light. Keep on driving. What do you want to do?
I think I made up a lot of good time earlier
Oh, yeah.
by going through Idaho. So I think I have enough time to go check that out real quick.
All right. Logical part of your brain knows you should probably stay focused on the task at hand, but there's something about this bizarre dancing illumination that takes hold of your curiosity and simply refuses to let go. You get out, you lock up the truck, you head out into the grass. Your eyes adjust to the night quickly, and while you need to walk slow, you do a good job of getting where you're going. Luckily, there's not much out there to trip over and run into. As you get closer, you hear the sound of music, sweet music floating out across the plains. It's an upbeat song played on a fiddle, banjo, and guitar, but there's something haunting and melancholy-ish about it.
I knew this was a good idea.
Yeah. You find yourself at the edge of a small ghost town, a collection of old wooden buildings set around a central square, not much else. The square is populated by several figures, however, and you gasp when you see them. It appears there's a party going on with singing and dancing, where singing and dancing abound. The revelers are all clad in old clothing like settlers from way back when, and every single one of them sparkles with an eerie blue glow.
Yes, Force
Of course,
Ghosts.
it's not just the glow that gives them away as Force Ghosts. Ghosts. It's also the fact they're all semi-transparent.
That'll do it.
Icy bolt of fear shoots through your body. You realize what you're stumbling upon. It's fascinating to look at, but someone who's not entirely familiar with the spirit world, you're not sure what's going to happen if they catch you. This isn't a question that you have for long, however. One of the ghost answers, a woman in a long white dress, runs over to you. Or
Yeah.
comes over to you, I suppose I should say. She's smiling wide, an expression you can't seem to place is either sinister or inviting. One thing's for sure, though. She is not at all alarmed to see you.
Oh,
It makes you wonder if she knew you were there the whole time. What are you doing here? She demands, suddenly making your feelings very clear. How dare you disturb the good people of Home of Truth?
Home of Truth?
I'm just passing through. A simple detour on your way to San Diego, she hisses. Is that all we are to you? No, you blurt. Suddenly her expression changes, softens. She's laughing. I'm just messing with you. I'm so sorry. It's not much to do when you're a ghost, so scaring people kind of becomes a habit.
I'm going to put her in the secret compartment.
You can't just turn people into inventory.
Okay.
You're like, oh, goodness. Oh, good. Yeah, but how do you know I was heading to San Diego? She says ghosts have a weird relationship with timelines.
Oh.
They're here now, but they can see into the past or the future or potential. You're like, that's very confusing. She's like, I know some stuff will make sense before you ride the lonesome train. Some stuff will make sense after, but you should rarely mix the two. For instance, I shouldn't tell you that you're actually just a character in a book. Wait, what? You blurt. Oops, never mind.
Oh, nice. That's good.
She takes a moment to collect herself as you guys stand in awkward silence. Anyway, you want to dance?
Yeah.
Page 8 it is.
Was that a choice?
Yes.
I love it. Yes. This is the best book we've ever read by like a lot, right?
And you should read all the words. The way they're written. Sure, you reply with a smile, not sure when you have another opportunity to share a dance with someone from beyond the grave.
Right?
You take her hand, you join the other spirits, dancing and frolicking right in the middle of Home of Truth, Tiny Town Square. Everybody welcomes you gladly, and it's not long before you've completely forgotten their old otherworldly nature. The band kicks into high gear, is clapping their hands, stomping their feet, shouting out words of encouragement to you, which is nice. Even when the dancing is finished, you hang around a while to chat with the citizens of this ghostly hamlet, trading stories as you offer up tales of your days on the road. You have a great time, but you realize it's getting late. You need to get moving.
Yeah.
When you tell the ghosts it's time to go, they all boo loudly. Then
Wait. That's confusing. Which boo are we talking about?
I think they all say boo, and then one guy goes boo. Sorry,
could have gone either way.
But they get it, and they give you a series of kind goodbyes. The lady sees you off last. You now know her name is Remla, R-E-M-L-A, Remla.
Okay.
Have a good trip. I know I told you the timelines of the dead and living shouldn't cross, but you're just so kind. I'd like to offer up a little more advice. You sure that's all right, you ask? Who knows? What I do know is that if you ever find yourself at a casino, don't go with the unicorns if you can help it.
Okay. I can remember that.
Can you also remember don't run through the garden either, head toward the pool?
Yeah.
You're like, that makes no sense, but maybe in the future? And she's like, potential timelines where it might come in handy.
That's so fun. That is so fun.
She says goodbye. She drifts back to the party. You head back to your truck, thankful for this unique and fulfilling experience. But as you walk, you refocus your mind. It's time to concentrate on making this delivery. Suddenly you stop. Your truck's right where you left it, but there's another vehicle right nearby with its headlights blaring. It's the truck from Cobbler Trucking.
Of course it is. I knew that it was.
You duck it in the tall grass. Two figures walk out in their own headlights, talking amongst themselves.
Yeah.
You can't hear them, but you get a good look at them. The first guy is tall and rather imposing Bigfoot, clad in a dark leather jacket and sporting an enormous beard that hangs down the front of his hairy, muscular body.
Okay.
He's got an eye patch over one eye.
Okay.
The other dude is a bright red devil.
Oh, no, like from the cover.
Mm-hmm. Stark black hair, two long curved horns, slender tail with a point at the end lashing around his legs. He's got a short sleeve button up shirt, and over the heart is a name tag patch. You could just barely make out. It simply reads Ted. They talk a little bit. Bigfoot picks up a rock and smashes open the lock on the back of your truck. And he rolls up the cargo container door, gets in there, and starts going through your stuff. He's throwing delicious chocolate milk everywhere.
No.
You watch with absolute disgust as the entire contents of your truck is emptied out before you. All that glorious chocolate milk gone to waste as it pours across the glass-covered ground below.
I'm going to film this with my iPhone.
What?
I'm going to film this with my iPhone.
Good, smart. As the anger within you builds, you seriously consider marching over there and giving them a piece of your mind, but you muster up all the discipline you can manage to hold yourself back. Something much more important is at play.
The potato.
You hear the Bigfoot say, the device isn't here. What? Ted erupts angrily. That's the truck. It has to be there. The devil springs into action. He jumps in the truck and has a look for himself. They continue the search, getting more and more frustrated. But that frustration just helps your cause. They're loud, so you can hear them now. There must be a secret door, Ted cries out. There's magic afoot. You know magic, though, the Bigfoot retorts. You could dispel it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, you know magic, though. But Ted says it's too powerful and that they need to find the driver because they must know how to get in there. So they jump out of the truck and they split off into two directions, but luckily nobody is wondering your exact direction. And they have plenty of ground to cover.
Okay.
So you have a moment to think. A few courses of action come to mind. Simplest answer is make a run for it out here in the field, leaving your rig behind and wait until the coast is clear and make your return. Maybe you can even sprint back to the ghost and ask for the help.
Okay.
Of course, the longer these guys have your truck, the more likely they are to find the secret compartment. So maybe you could creep over there, find the device these guys are looking for before they get a chance to steal it. The bravest answer, however, is the most tempting and the most dangerous. As they get further and further away from their own vehicle, crosses your mind, you could sneak over there, snatch their keys, and take off in your own truck while leaving them stranded.
Oh, that's the best choice by far.
3 options. Run away through the field.
Oh, I can run away through the field?
That's one where you're like, oh, I could just run and then come back later. Maybe the ghost.
I didn't
would help
realize
me.
that was an actual option. I'm going to do that one.
The other ones are search for the compartment yourself or steal their keys.
Because I think Ted stands for totally evil devil, and I don't want to mess with that.
All right,
Or
you want
truly
to
evil
run through the
devil.
field.
Yeah, maybe I can find my ghost friends and they can help me.
Okay, let's see.
I'm going to bring my spare tire and my gas and my bubble gum.
You don't have any of that stuff. It's all in the truck. You might have your bubble
I'm
gum.
going to bring it with me.
All right, you take off running through the grass as fast as you can in the opposite direction. Your movements are not subtle, but you're hoping the darkness and tall grass cover your tracks and give you some time to put some distance between you and them.
Definitely.
Of course, you'd hope they might not notice you at all, but it quickly becomes apparent this is not the case.
Oh.
Over there, the Bigfoot shouts gruffly. You suddenly get a sense that someone is sprinting behind you now, cutting through the field at an incredible speed. As their feet slam hard against the soft dirt ground, they're gaining on you like an unescapable force of nature, a powerful hunter that simply cannot be beaten no matter how hard you try. You're pushing with everything you got, but panic sets in as you realize that it might not be enough. Suddenly you trip.
Oh, no.
Not because someone grabs you, but because your leg isn't quite where you expect it to be. You look down in confusion to see a sparkling green mist is swirling around you.
What?
Spilling across your body in magical waves and somehow distorting your form. You're shrinking and contorting.
What?
And as you cry out, your voice starts to change. Your vocalization shifts from a human call to the hiss of a snake.
I
Ted
turned
did
into a
magic
snake?
on you. Ted turned you into a snake.
Ted turned me into a snake.
Yep. So he comes over, picks you up.
Oh, man. I thought it was something cool.
He says we might need you later to open up that secret compartment for you. Depends on what Bizarra the lock wizard says.
Okay.
Bigfoot comes up behind Ted. He's got a bucket and a piece of wood. They put you in the bucket and put the wood on top.
That's the worst.
They take you back to the truck. They hotwire your truck. The one gets in your truck. The one gets in the other truck. The way the bucket begins to shift, you are set down on what you can only assume is a truck bench. The familiar rumble of a motor beneath your body lets you know that you're on your way. Continue onward in your bucket to page 157. It says
That's
what we will do.
disappointing. I thought the ghosts would help me.
Hours pass by as you stay coiled up here at the bottom of the bucket. It's a horrific way to spend your time trying your best to adjust to the sensations of your new body. Your tongue shoots out involuntarily. Sometimes you think about moving your arms and legs and realize you don't have them.
Those are both not great feelings.
Eventually, you get really exhausted. You manage to drift off to sleep, soothed by the familiar rumble of the road below you. You wake up later to the sound of muffled voices. Well, I've got the mechanics of the lock figured out, and that's the biggest step, a voice is explaining. That's not enough, Ted replies. Half of a picked lock is still a lock. We just need the magic words, the voice continues. You knock on the compartment 3 times and then say the phrase. Once we know the phrase, we got the big red button. Ted's like, you got a spell for that? A ritual. It'll take longer, but we'll know the password by sundown.
Oh, okay.
You don't know exactly where the voices are coming from in relation to your bucket. But with your new snake body, there's all kinds of unexpected information coming your way. Your hearing is complemented by a distinct vibrational sense, the faint movement of feet across the floor, and a strange hum emitting from one of the entities.
Wow, you're interrupting yourself for a fun fact.
Yeah, it's fun.
How's that feel?
It was fine. I don't mind it.
Fun facts it is.
Y'all know what time it is? That's right. It's time for Spooky Shorties. Creepy, geeky, short and sweeties. Woo!
That's right. It's time for Spooky Shorties. I hope you're ready for Spooky Shorties. As I mentioned
I'm ready.
last time, I ran out of regular ones, so I had to resort to the Reddit thread, bad 2-sentence horrors. I read a whole bunch last time. I made a big mistake. Could have spread those out.
Yeah, you really blasted them all, didn't you?
You're only getting one this time. You ready? Here's your Spooky Shorty. It's a 2-sentence story, and it's scary. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Please don't kill me, I said. I won't, said Lie Man.
Oh, because he's a liar, so he probably will do it.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna. That was it. What am I waiting for? What are you doing?
I was just going to say that some of the users started writing their own spooky shorties
Did they? Oh, man.
in the Discord. you want to hear one?
Yes, I need to hear one.
This is by some dude, Alec. Ready?
Yeah.
The doctor told me it would be a simple procedure. He just needed to remove the part that was causing me pain.
Okay.
But doctor, I said, I have a headache.
Oh, no.
Right?
I know what's going to
Because
happen
He's
next.
going to take this head off of him.
That's the best part about the spooky story. You know what happens next from
It's
just the
scary.
2 sentences.
Yeah, because
Ooh.
then now you're trapped in the healthcare system. You need to get a new doctor, but it's going to be months before
You gotta
can see them.
find somebody in your network who
What are you
won't
gonna
cut your
have
head
a
off just because you have a
headache the
headache.
whole time you're doing that.
It's ridiculous.
Nightmare.
Where were we?
I was escaping from the bucket as
No,
a
your
snake.
snaky senses
I tied
complementing
the
your
bubblegum to
hearing.
the spare tire, and I
So you sense the faint movement of feet across the floor and a strange hum emitting from one of the entities. You get the distinct impression that Ted is talking to a sentient motorcycle and that the two of them are in an adjacent room.
okay.
You're alone. You realize you might be able to tip that bucket over and escape.
Oh, tip the bucket over. I
But
didn't
your
even think
snake
of
senses
that.
are not entirely reliable and a little difficult to interpret. You wouldn't be surprised to find that the voices are actually right next to you. You consider your options and make your choice. You're going to rock the bucket or are you going to wait for a better moment?
I think I'm a snake. Even if there's people right there, I could probably be really sneaky. And
You're not very good at being a snake.
yeah, I'm about to rock being a snake. I'm going to rock this bucket.
Rock the bucket.
Rock the bucket of snake.
love. All right, you're slithering hard to one side than the other in a rhythmic motion. But as you build momentum, you realize the container is starting to tilt. Soon enough, it falls to the ground. The wooden top slides off. You freeze, worried about the noise. But it seems their backroom discussion is loud enough to cover for you. You quietly slither out onto the floor, and you find yourself in a wooden shack of some kind. It's hard to get a feel for the place when you're so low to the ground.
Okay.
But it seems like a storage room.
It's a what? Oh, storage room.
Yeah, the voices are continuing from somewhere out front, a cracked open door, all that separates you from them. As you gaze through, you get a glimpse of an enormous bald eagle in a cage, walking back and forth on its perch while it listens intently to the heated conversation before it.
An ally.
You crawl away as you struggle to avoid this massive bird's line of sight. You notice, as you're going on some shelves, you notice an assortment of potions and tinctures. Whoever owns this place is a dark wizard of some kind with a specific bent towards magical locks and seals.
Okay.
Suddenly, a container catches your eye. There's a picture on the label of a snake transforming into a human.
Oh. That's me.
You bite into the cork with your sharp snake teeth. You pop it off. With this hard jerk, you accidentally knock the potion over. It spills everywhere, but you don't mind. You just lick it up off the floor. And a sharp jolt of pain suddenly rips through your body, but you refuse to cry out in alarm. Instead, you bite your lip, allowing your bones to lengthen and your skin to soften as you make the magical transformation between reptile and mammal.
Yes.
And there, now you're back to your previous form. Good job.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you got very little time to celebrate. You immediately head to the nearby window and ever so slightly crack it open, just so you can slip out. So now you're standing outside on a brisk afternoon surrounded by piles of junky cars and twisted metal. You're in a scrapyard.
Oh, boy. Okay.
The middle of an enormous maze with no clues to help you escape. That is, of course, until you notice the two familiar trucks parked right next to you. One is the red and black vehicle, and the other side is your trusty big rig. Driven by some potent force of survival, you immediately creep over to Ted's truck and climb up into the cab. The devil's keys have been left inside, so you pull them out of the ignition and take them for yourself. So add that to your inventory.
Yes.
That should keep Ted from chasing you, at least for a little while.
Keys.
So you run over to your truck, you get in. It's a sight for sore eyes. You take a deep breath before the chaos kicks off. You start your truck, and you start driving through the towers of junk. Ted, the one-eyed Bigfoot, and a sentient motorcycle with long dark hair all burst out of the shack to watch you roll away.
He's got hair.
Ted cries, "Get him!" The Bigfoot runs over the truck, red and black truck. Ted's like, "Go!" But the Bigfoot's like, "The keys are gone."
Yes.
At this
now
point,
we're
you're
talking.
already on the open road. You're driving south as far and fast as possible.
That's right.
I don't know why the motorcycle doesn't chase you. It's not that kind of motorcycle, I guess.
What's he going to do?
Lock magic.
Okay.
You continue like that for hours. The surge of adrenaline that courses through your freshly human body take you forever to finally dissipate. Once it does, you pull into a rest area and call Truckman.
Oh, what a mess.
Yeah. Hello, your boss offers? Yeah, I just got turned into a snake. Whoa, slow down. What happened? Did you tell them all about it?
Yeah, it's not great.
They were trying to find the device. They couldn't figure out how to open the compartment. They took it to the lock wizard, and Truckman's like, they didn't get the device. Are you like, nope? He's like, oh, thank goodness. I guess it's time to tell. I told you what's going on. You're carrying something called the Big Red Button.
Okay. What does
When
it
this
do?
button is pushed, it will send you to a new layer of reality with slightly more love than this one.
What?
It's a powerful tool, but there are devils like Ted Cobbler who would like to reverse engineer the big red button and create something that could tear the timeline apart. You got to get this device to San Diego. You can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Oh, man.
So far, so good, you reply. So he says, keep that red button close. I'll help you open the secret compartment. Fetch it. You're like, okay, how do I do that? Knock 3 times, he says, and say, love is real. Simple as that.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So you go back to the truck, you go to the cargo hold, take a deep breath, let it out, knock 3 times, you say, love is real. Nothing happened.
Nothing happens?
Nothing happens. You knock again, say the magic words. Again, nothing happens.
What's happening?
You're getting worried, but you decide to give it one more go. This time you wrap your heel against the floor of the truck. Love is real, you say aloud. Suddenly there's a loud clang as a panel slides over. Magical energy wafting up from within this tiny hidden chamber. You bend down and carefully withdraw a small box covered in wires and sporting an enormous red button on the top. You carefully place it in your bag, then climb down from the back of the truck and close it up. You get back in the driver's seat. You pull back onto the road. You keep driving. You don't look back with your renewed sense of purpose, dude.
Yeah, I'm on this.
All right, 93.
I did good with that. I wonder why it didn't open the first couple of times. I just didn't.
You had to stomp your foot or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Eventually, the chaos of the morning settles and fades away behind you. You'd expected this journey to be a relaxing last hurrah, simple mission with little drama and plenty of road to cover, but clearly it hasn't worked out that way.
Nope.
Finally, you get a moment to settle in. The glorious landscape of Utah stretches out in every direction as you make your crossing. As you make your crossing, beautiful mountain passes, and deep valleys coming and going as the radio plays all your favorite songs. You take a brief dip into Arizona before finally crossing into Nevada. Mm-hmm. The ground transforming to a vast yellow desert.
Ooh, nice.
By now, the sun has crept all the way across the sky and started to descent on the other side of the world, first bathing the sand and asphalt in long shadows and then causing the sky to erupt with a blossom of orange and purple. That's what it's all about.
Love it.
As this breathtaking display begins fading to black, you crest a hill and bear witness to the emerging lights of Las Vegas below. They twinkle like stars before you, coaxing you onward with the promise of fun and excitement. Of course, fun and excitement is the last thing on your mind right now. You're utterly exhausted. And for the sake of safety, your eyes you're having trouble keeping your eyes open. For the sake of safety, it's probably a good idea to rest in Las Vegas, but you're also worried that you might get a little distracted. Do you want to stop in Las Vegas or do you want to keep driving?
I mean, I got a tip about stuff in Las Vegas, but I think if I just keep going, I don't have to try to remember what that tip was.
That's true. That's a hack.
So I'm going to keep
going,
and I'm just going to really hold my eyes open, kind of like that.
Smart. You shake your head from side to side, rattling out the cobwebs and refocusing your effort at the task at hand.
Yeah.
You need to get the big red button to San Diego. And the sooner you accomplish this task, the better. Vegas is a great place for a vacation, but you're skipping it now to get some more road hours under your belt.
Plenty of time when I retire.
Unfortunately, the second getting a little sleepy even remotely crosses your mind, you find an unstoppable yawn creeping up and sneaking its way out of your throat.
It's okay. I can just let it out and move on.
You'll call it a night soon enough. Maybe one of these little desert towns just a few hours onward, but not yet. The lights of Vegas fade away. You crank in the music. Give yourself nodding off. You give yourself a firm head shake, slap your cheek a little bit. But there's just something hypnotic about watching the endless weave of the yellow and white lines pulling you further and further away from your conscious mind and coaxing you into a dangerous trance-like state.
No, that's not good.
Eventually, the weight of your eyelids is just too powerful to hold back any longer.
Well, that's real bad.
The first thing you notice is how beautiful the sunrise is, which is strange considering the fact that you're hanging upside down and sideways, scrunched up against the metal interior of your truck cab like a discarded rag doll.
Oh, no. I should have stopped, huh?
Yeah, I guess you should have stopped. All right, you frantically struggle to untangle yourself from your seatbelt. You manage to flop out onto the wall, which is now the floor. There's glass everywhere, but it's safe glass, so you're okay.
Oh, good.
Yep, your suspicions are correct. You fell asleep behind the wheel and ended up careening out to the open desert, traveling so far away that no other motorists could catch a glimpse of the wreckage and report it. In fact, you can't even see the freeway.
Well, thank goodness I didn't hurt anybody else.
That you know.
Maybe some cactuses.
You remember the device suddenly. You spring back into action. You frantically search around for it, for that little bag and the big red button that's in there. The second you find it, a powerful wave of relief washes over you. The truck may be useless, but the journey's not over yet.
Yeah, ooh, time to start walking.
Yeah, nothing left to do here on this wreckage, so you decide to begin your journey back to the main road, retracing these haphazard dirt tracks from the evening before.
I'm going to climb into the spare tire.
Okay.
Start rolling.
All right, great. Weirdly, the further you walk, the further you roll, the more these tracks begin to muddle with those other off-road vehicles. It becomes so bad you lose grip on which truck you're actually following.
Uh-oh.
You realize you may not even be heading toward the freeway anymore at all. It's getting hotter and hotter as the sun comes up. You get thirsty. You're starting to get desperate when you suddenly notice an utterly bizarre sight emerging in the distance. You approach and find yourself greeted by a small toll booth-like structure featuring a gated entrance and 15 or 20 different cameras.
Keeps on giving. This is phenomenal. 15
or 20 different cameras pointed down at you from a pole above. Beyond this gate is nothing but even more open desert. The most alarming thing, however, is a plaque on the booth that reads in simple block letters, Area 52.
I love it.
Hands up, someone calls out gruffly, suddenly emerging from the booth in a bright silver uniform that strongly resembles a spacesuit. The guard is a yellowish-green triceratops. He's holding a futuristic weapon that sparks and dances with a strange red light, a humming laser beam just aching to be fired off in my direction.
Okay, I'm not going to subdue him.
Do you want to run away? Or do you want to freeze and follow orders? How you feeling?
I should definitely follow orders, probably.
Yeah, probably.
This is that triceratops with the future laser.
You put your hands in the air. You surrender the triceratops. Hand over the bag. He continues. I can't do that. You retort, not sure what else to say. Hand over the bag. The dinosaur repeats, this time a little louder. You take a deep breath and let it let it out, fully accepting the fact that your options are limited at the moment. You can always get the big red button back once all this is sorted out.
That's
but
true.
be no use protecting the device if you get yourself vaporized.
Yeah.
You hand over the bag. Triceratops glances inside the nods. Okay, start walking. Motioning towards a hill.
Incredible movie.
Oh, yes. So you start going deeper in the desert past the security outpost to this restricted area. The dinosaur says something to a microphone in a suit. Yeah, we have an intruder at the north gate. Gonna bring him in now. They got something you're gonna want to see. You go over the hill and you see an enormous military base featuring several hangars and a dozen or so airstrips. Sitting on the runways are a variety of different vessels, each one of them unlike anything you've ever seen. This looks like Area 51, you observe, unable to help yourself. Oh, yeah? You ever seen Area 51? Says a Triceratops. You just shake your head. I mean, it's what I assume Area 51 looks like. You really think the government will let everyone know where their alien technology is kept? Area 51 is just a distraction. It's there to keep everyone from looking for Area 52.
Very clever.
Eventually, you find yourself sitting in a sterile white interrogation room.
Oof.
There's another chair across from you, a table in between, the one-way mirror, usual stuff.
Yeah.
I've been there for about an hour, and a tall, handsome figure, the door opens, and a tall, handsome figure is standing there. I'm so sorry about that, a green velociraptor in a sharply pressed uniform offers. We just had to make sure you're a scoundrel or a devil. I'm not. You assure them. I know, I'm sorry. My name is Captain Onion. Orion. Makes more sense than Onion. I'm the head of the base here at Area 52. You going to interrogate me? No, I'm going to thank you. Come on. He motions for you to stand up and follow his instructions. Soon enough, you're strolling down the hallway of this hustling, bustling military base. The conversation taking an unexpected air of comfort. We've been in contact with Truckman. We know all about the big red button, and we're here to help, he explains.
Oh, nice.
Oh, whoa, you blurt, thrilled with this amazing news. So close. You go into one of the big airplane hangars, and before you, there's a strange oval ship shimmering with extraterrestrial energy. While a bunch of technicians are getting ready for lunch.
Okay.
Ryan explains all this alien technology is being studied and integrated in an effort to protect this timeline. Thusly, your mission is also our mission. We want you to deliver the big red button safely.
Oh, okay, cool.
So he gives you the
can't
bag.
they do it, though?
They want you to do it.
But they should do it because they
gives
have
you the
more
bag.
resources. Okay.
Thank you. And you look at the bag, and the device is still there. We'll give you a ride to San Diego in one of our ships, he explains.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking.
Yeah, that one over there. Normal planes will pressurize the device too much, destroying it instantly, but not our ships. There's a strange pulsing hum as a ramp slowly unfurls from the belly of the craft. It feels very Flight of the Navigator to me.
I love it.
Welcome aboard, Ryan says and motions towards the vessel. You go up the ramp to a brilliantly lit room, no controls or windows. The second you reach the center of this empty space, the ramp begins to close, sealing you inside. Wait, is there a pilot? How do I fly this thing? Somebody heard you crying out because the ramp starts to lower again.
That's really funny.
Strangely, however, the smooth cement floor of the airplane hangar seems to have disappeared.
What?
As you walk down the ramp, you suddenly realize you've arrived at your destination.
That's very cool.
You're right by the water in a deserted industrial section of the San Diego Wharf. The endless ocean is stretching out to your right while a large warehouse sits waiting on your left.
That's very good.
We can't protect you once you head inside, the voice of Captain Orion says telepathically, vibrating through your mind. To keep a low profile, we've got to head back to the base before anyone knows we're here. You say thanks for the ride to somebody. You feel weird speaking out loud to someone who's in your brain.
Sure.
The silver oval rises up a bit and then just disappears.
That's cool.
So now it's the only sounds of the ocean, the seagull in the distance.
And a warehouse sound. Sound of the warehouse.
Look down at your phone, reminding yourself of the scientist that you're looking for. Truckman has sent you a photograph. You read the name below it to yourself. Borson Reams. Borson Reams.
Borson Reams.
You say, taking in this middle-aged man's enormous white beard and round nose. He has a kindness in his expression that is truly something to behold. So you head over to the warehouse. You say, hello. It's real big in there, like a big warehouse.
Yeah.
Borson, you call out?
Borson Reams?
Gazing up at the birds perched above. Yes, comes a jovial voice from around the corner. Soon enough, Borson Reams is stepping into view. He's a short, stout man with brilliant blue eyes and red cheeks. While he's currently working as a scientist, you've heard from Truckman that he spends most of his time out of the water as a fisherman.
Oh, okay.
You guys approach each other. He reaches out to take the bag, but you suddenly stop in your tracks. There was a distinct kindness and soul that was apparent in your photo of Borson, but now that he's standing before you,
no, it's not him.
Inner light seems to be missing for some reason.
Ted. It's totally.
You feel incredibly silly about your hesitation, but you just can't help yourself. Are you all right? Borson Reams questions. Yeah, I'm fine, you stammer, trying to figure out what you're thinking. You shake your head, rattling your mind back into alignment. It's been a weird, long journey. It's no wonder the promise of a peaceful resolution has made you skeptical. But now that you made it to the end, you shouldn't talk yourself out of crossing the finish line. You don't want to be your own worst enemy. Do you have the button? Borson questions. You nod. Then hand it over, he cries out, growing frustrated. There's not much time.
That's
Ted Cobbler could be here any minute.
Uh-oh. Who's that?
Ted Cobbler.
Oh, Ted
devil.
Cobbler. Oh.
So you can hand over the big red button or hesitate.
Well, I'm not going to give him the big red button. Oh, wait. He means the bad guy's going to be here, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
I thought he was admitting his boss was about to be here or something. Okay. I'm caught up. Oh, man. Is there an option
No.
where I throw the gas in his face
What
and then
gas?
trap him in
come
the
on.
spare tire?
And then chew my bubble gum like a hard ass.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm not going to give him the button.
Okay, you hesitate. You just hesitate.
I hesitate, at least.
No, you say no. You say flatly. You back
Yes,
away,
now
clutching
we're
your bag
talking.
tight. Borson's face contorts angrily.
Mm-hmm.
Friendly nature slipping away completely reveals something ghastly underneath. There's a loud clatter as a figure tumbles out of a nearby closet, bound and gagged with a rag in their mouth. It's another Borson Reams. Although at this point you're pretty sure that's the actual Borson Reams. The imposter immediately gives up the act, the face of Borson melting away, transforming to the horrific bright red visage of Ted.
Yeah, I don't like this guy.
Before you have a chance to do anything, he extends a claw forward and strikes you with a powerful magical pain wave.
What? Pain wave?
Yeah. It causes a cry of agony, and you collapse to your knees. His eyes go wide with excitement while he continues to blast you. He's having a good time. But he's not at all prepared for what you do next. Using all the willpower you can muster, you reach into your bag and pull out the big red button. I'll smash it, you scream. The devil before you immediately stops. Then here comes the Bigfoot. He comes out from a patch of shadows. He rushes toward you, hoping to catch you off guard. He fails spectacularly as you raise the big red button even higher. Not another step, I'll do it. That's you. You say that. Pretty
Nice. Go me.
Bigfoot stops. He and Ted exchange worried glances. You wouldn't dare, the devil finally offers with a laugh. You need that device to open up more love-based timelines.
That's very good.
I might not be able to open up timelines of love if I smash this, but at least you won't be able to open up timelines of hate. Besides,
Yeah,
losing
there
the
we
big
go.
red button doesn't keep us from proving love the old-fashioned way with kindness and support and care for your fellow buds.
Oh, that's very good.
Ted can tell that you're serious, so he backs off a bit.
Yeah, he does.
Gradually, however, a terrifying grin creeps its way across his face. I just realized something, Ted offers maniacally. I don't really care.
Oh,
He raises his hand toward you once more. But before he has a chance to cast another spell, he explodes in a comically gruesome blast of guts and flame. popping like a balloon and splattering everywhere. You jump back in shock and then turn your attention to the one-eyed Bigfoot who's just as confused as you are. Moments later, he explodes as well.
What?
Footsteps begin to ring out through the warehouse as an assortment of dinosaur space troops in shiny tactical gear reveal their positions, running into the building and greeting you with a salute.
Oh, I got a salute from them?
Yeah, Captain Orion emerges from the bunch with a smile, happy to see you again. I thought you had to leave, you blurt. The space raptor laughs. We only pretended to leave so as to avoid any battles that might draw unwanted attention. Seemed like that option was no longer on the table.
Yeah.
You rush over, you untie the actual Borson reams to help him up. I have something for you offer, proudly handing the scientist his package, the big red button. Thank you, Borson gushes. This is going to change the world. This proves love is real. The dinosaur space troops begin to chat amongst themselves, satisfied with the job well done. You did great, Orion offers, strolling over to you and placing a scaly claw on your shoulder. It was a real pleasure working with you. Likewise, nice. You reply. Now that I made my last delivery as a truck driver, I'm going to miss this kind of adventure. Captain Orion raises an eyebrow. So you've got some time on your hands now? He questions.
Come on.
The raptor smiles a sharp-toothed grin. How do you like to join the Space Squad?
The Space Squad.
The end.
That's very good. I'm in the Space Squad now.
I would say that is a much better ending than I got.
Oh, for real?
Fellow with no warnings, stumbling around Las Vegas like a fool. You'll find out. I'm assuming next time, yeah?
Yeah, I think that would be rad. I think that this is a wonderful book, and I think we give it the time it deserves. Good idea, Matt.
I really
awesome
been wanting to do it, and I was
4
like,
years ago.
Yes, thank you, John.
ADR?
At ADR. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I've been wanting to do it, but like I knew it was going to be a long one, so I didn't know. But then I was like, we just take our time.
Just do it.
And Mr. Tingle, if you hear this and you're like, hey, they're reading an awful lot, let us know. I think you don't. It seemed like you wouldn't mind if we read an awful lot of it, but we can. It's almost hard to read and not paraphrase it.
Yeah, it's. I appreciate really getting to enjoy the wonderful prose.
Yeah, actually, alternately, Mr. Tingle, if you would rather we read every word so as not to be paraphrasing poorly.
That's true. Yeah.
But anyway,
good stuff.
There's just no end to the great Chuck Tingle stuff out there to read. You're right. This would be a heck of a.
It's movie. That's a good Creeptobscare treat for people if they haven't dived into any Chuck Tingle. This would be a great month to treat themselves.
Yeah, he's got some great horror stuff out there. I was reading Camp Damascus and it was really good. Like kind of thrillery stuff. And then, there's a Chuck Tingle story for everyone. Literally, every single person. Except for devils who don't believe in love.
That's right. They don't get this story.
No, they won't like any of them.
They'll get a story of failure.
They'll learn something. They'll become a better person.
They'll grow and they'll be better. Yeah, that's a good point. Dang.
All right. Well, thank you for hanging out for a long story, you guys. No winner tonight. Well, I can tell you the winner
tonight. I mean, I guess, I'm winner, and that'll go for both weeks.
Yeah.
It was a very satisfying ending. That was a randomly chosen adventure, but it would make a phenomenal movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like that. Just like a prestige-y kind of like vignette-y kind of like, you remember like The Green Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah, but exactly just how it was written, though.
But it would actually be a BBC miniseries, and it would just be just a little off. It would just be not exactly.
Just a little off. It'd make it a little uncomfortable to watch for no reason.
Fun time, but just something. What's
just something's not quite right.
Well, what are you going to do?
It's just the frame rate, honestly. So, Matt, the exciting thing now is that it's Creeptobscare.
I know.
And we have a chance in this moment to celebrate our users with a compliment concrete.
In Creeptobscare, no less.
Please are compliments, you see, and concretes are constructive criticism. Why have one without the other? Why that be no fun? No fun. Sure, it's fun to get a compliment and not be criticized even a little bit. But would we be better people if we got some constructive criticism with our compliments? It's complies and concretes. Mom.
It sure is complies and concretes. There's no stopping it, and there's no wanting it to stop. It is Creeptobscare, so your complies and concretes, of course, will be in the form of candy bits. We better randomly determine who's going to receive these complies and concretes tonight. Do you have a Creeptobscare themed sound effect that we could get us into this, bud? That's the one I wanted. And it looks like the recipient tonight is user Piper Mostly.
Piper Mostly
gets comply and concrete. All right, so I'm going to roll some dice here and find out which comply and concrete you will receive. And we will interpret these candy things into a lovely compliment and just a little bit of constructive criticism.
I can't wait, personally.
All right, your comply is Kit Kat.
Kit Kat.
Yeah, these are the most popular candies
we did
and the
Kit
least
Kat.
popular candies.
We did
No, we
Kit
didn't.
Kat. Yeah, we did. Because I remember talking about how they come in twos.
Oh, yeah, we did Kit Kat already.
Yeah, we did Kit Kat.
All right, well, tell me if we did this.
This will be a bespoke comply.
Tell me if we did this. I can't do that. Tell me if we did this one, Butterfinger.
Oh, I don't think so.
It's a comply.
And that's because you're smooth like butter. You just kind of like, you just like know just when to slip it in and just say the right thing in the right environment and just be like, bow. You just like a conversation's going and you just drop your little piece of thunder when no one's expecting it and people are like, what? That's a total Butterfinger move.
Huh. Okay, and then for for just a little bit of constructive criticism, which again that was a compliment.
Obviously, that was obvious.
Licorice.
Licorice. Sometimes you just have to know when to stop making something. Like, for example, licorice. We don't need that anymore. Licorice was invented back before they discovered... This is true, actually. Back before the discovery of sugar. Before the discovery of honey, even. It was before the discovery of the sweet as a flavor.
Yeah, they just hadn't found all the flavors yet.
Yeah, and so like they would be like, "Oh, I'm done working in the field, Mama.
Yeah.
What shall I do with the remaining hours of sunlight?" They're like, "Choose some licorice."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, goody goody."
We made it with some plant from a swamp, probably.
Yeah, it's made from swamp tar.
But this is not exactly a bit of constructive criticism. It's
We're
background.
getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Okay.
So the point is, we don't need it anymore. We need to let go of it. And if we let go of it, we could put all that time and industry into making better things. So every once in a while, it's important to look at your life.
Okay.
Take stock of the things that maybe you're doing
Yeah.
or things that you're maintaining, things you're carrying with you that you don't need to carry anymore.
Whoa.
And leave them behind.
He got there.
Just a reminder to do that. We all do need to do
We
that
all
sometimes, but you just got to check in and see what you're carrying that you don't need.
Yeah. With that, thank you, Piper Mostly.
Thank you, Piper Mostly.
Thank you, Darren. Sorry. Also a little bit sorry. And thank you, and a little bit sorry to everybody. Thanks for
bit
hanging there
sorry.
for a long story. I hope it was fun. I hope the reading wasn't too monotone.
No, you did great. I think the little bit sorry is implied in the our general performance.
I
think we're kind of constantly apologizing whenever we do anything, so you probably don't have to throw an extra one in.
Well,
at
I
the end
don't
there.
think I can. I don't think I can not. Hey, but we'll be back. We'll be back again next week with another read from this book.
I'm dying to hear what happens to you and some more fun segments.
Yeah, we'll do some actual
and
stuff.
maybe a special guest. There's not going to be a special
No,
guest.
I
I
don't
don't know
think
why I
so.
said that. I was just trying to get people to come back, but then I realized they're going to be really disappointed if I say that. But it'll be more Creeptobscare, and it's going to be a blast. So
Yeah.
rest up. You should probably stay home from work to have
Stay
enough
home
energy
from work
for the
a couple
next
days
episode.
before.
Yeah.
Oh, it is actually Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday. That's a vacation day for some people.
There you go.
So use
Enjoy
that day to relax and take it easy, buddy.
to get ready for our next episode. Until
Yup.
then, take care to keep your business drier than yourself.